Hi, so I'm chatting to Michael Bridge, who I met at a Connect Yorkshire conference last year. So you're one of the entrepreneurs in residence for Connect Yorkshire, as well as your business career. So I last met you there at that conference where we made grown men cry, didn't we? At that conference,
Yes, correct. Yes, you did.
which
Yeah.
is quite funny.
It was really enjoyable.
Yeah. So basically, I was really interested to read on your LinkedIn that you want to be remembered for putting more in than taking out, and you've got a real passion for helping and developing people. So that's was really nice to read. So, do you want to say who you are, Michael, and what your
Yeah,
is?
yeah. I'm a retired twice person that is never going to give up. So I'm going to work until I fall, and and I really have a passion, as I said, for working with people and making money. And the two go together. You know, if you're good with people and you
Yeah.
treat people correctly, then I think it all kind of works out. So
Yeah.
I've learned that. It's taken a long time. You know, I've changed over the years. I've mellowed and realized how important people are, and
Yeah.
respect of people.
Yeah.
And that is really a vehicle that I've used for a long time in terms of winning, rather than putting winning first. And I've taken that philosophy forward. And I'm a non-exec for two businesses, which is enjoyable, keeps me busy. I'm an investor in four businesses, not big, but it gives me another outlet and a different challenge. And then just before lockdown, I set up the business Warm Future, which obviously there was a decision: do I do it? Do I not? And I just decided to do it. But that fits the other piece in my life, you know, the future and the climate and the planet, and
Yes.
it, removing oil,
Yes.
um, moving to air source is clean. It saves people money. So I've set this business up, which is predominantly online, but I end up speaking to everybody because they all want
Yeah.
to know more.
Yeah.
Which is really not a hard sell business. It's just
No.
an open, honest. If this is for you, it's for you, and if not, it's not.
And
And
as you say, it's an ideal time to be having those conversations at the moment because I think because we've seen with the world stopping for 3 months how that has impacted on the earth and the
on the
climate
planet, yes,
in a
and
massive
I
way.
feel when I had it done, I felt really good that I don't have a tanker of oil being delivered and put in a tank outside my house.
Yeah.
And if you look at the carbon footprint of that oil that's been delivered, it's come from the Middle East. It's
Yeah.
been shipped across an ocean, put into a refinery, and delivered to me on the road.
Yeah.
So removing all that just gives
Yeah.
you a warm feeling, and that's where
Yeah.
Warm Future came from.
Yeah. Great
That's where the
name.
company name came from. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's my latest venture. I've
Yeah.
sat all morning this morning speaking to potential customers, and it's kept me busy. And who
Yeah.
knows what's next?
So, well, that's going to be my next question. But before that question, you've obviously had a very successful career. So what's your why? What drives you, would you say, for people who are watching?
Really easy, really. You know, my parents told me when I was like 16 that I was going to be useless and my brother would be really good.
Really?
So I set off with a philosophy that I'll show you. And on the basis everyone told me I was thick, I worked on the basis that I would work harder. And that's how I started. I worked harder. And I've always worked hard. And guess proved a few people that I wasn't that thick.
Yeah.
But um, I've worked for three great organizations and I've met some great people. I've traveled the world. I've got a lot of experience, different cultures. And that's where I am today. And I just do it differently now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to work because I had to work. I now work because I want to work.
I remember you saying when we met that when you were young, you started a business where you were selling newspapers. And you grew that business and then had people working for you when you were about 12.
Yes, I did. I started at 10 and did 20 houses, and then developed to doing a street, and then tried to do the town. And that's when I understood value, because I thought, well,
Yes.
I've got to employ some people, but they're not going to get paid unless they deliver everything on time. So
That's
yes,
amazing. That's an amazing way of thinking at age 10. I have to say, that's very impressive.
well, when you look back, and I'm looking a long way back, it at the time it didn't. It just felt natural that I've got to
Yeah.
deliver these papers on time. When you develop it into the business world later on, it sounds fantastic, but all I wanted to do was get people's newspapers there on time, as promised, and make a little bit of money.
So it's
That
simple, isn't it? Business is simple when you think of it in that way.
business is incredibly simple. It's people that make it difficult. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
So simplicity is
Is the
the goal,
key.
real.
Yeah. So what's next then, Michael, for you? What's next out of COVID-19?
I want to make Warm Future really successful. I want to make the couple of businesses where I'm a non-exec really successful. I work with Steve Sykes at Applied Digital, who's a Connect Yorkshire member and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And we've spent several sessions over the last couple of weeks looking at how the business comes out after lockdown and what we need to do and reshape it. And that's been great. So, we haven't sat back. We've just looked for the future and tried to plan for it. And I think we've got a good plan.
Good, I'm sure you do. Well, you've got a good, you've got a good business idea, and people are at home now. People are thinking green.
Yeah.
So this is the ideal opportunity and time, I think, for you, probably.
It is. So if there's anybody on here watching that's got oil, they know where I am.
How about LPG gas?
Yeah, great savings. Yes.
Right.
Well, you really take it this way. The last conversion will be gas.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't bother with gas unless you needed a new boiler. If you need
Yeah.
a new boiler, you'd put it in. But
Yeah.
my target is there are 10 million oil boilers out there.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be gone within the next decade. They have to do, because the government, to meet their targets, are going to have to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, oil is the target, gas, LPG, gas later, but 10 million's enough to go at.
Yeah.
My first business model is 5 installations a week. So out of 10 million, that should be doable.
Yeah, it sounds really exciting, and I look forward to catching up with you, as time goes by and watching it grow.
In the normal world.
In the normal world, will we ever get back to that normal world? Who knows?
I watched an interesting webinar, and it was about what would happen. And when we had the mad cow disease, everybody said they were going to stop eating beef. They were going to turn vegetarian.
Yeah.
And beef sales now are at the highest they've ever been.
Yeah.
And it was all back to normal after 12 months. And the view was, we'll forget all this, we'll remember it, but we'll just move back to where we were, because we've been doing that for generations.
Yeah. But let's hope we don't lose all the positives out of this.
Absolutely.
I'm driving a lot less. I'm riding my bike a lot more. I've just bought a dog pack for my dog, so I can carry her on my back when I'm cycling.
All right. Okay.
So I'm hoping that we don't lose some of those kind of really great things that have come out of the pandemic.
I think so. I think people's manners are better. I think they're more respectable of other people.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of good things that'll stay. I think the business world will get back to 80% of what it was.
Let's hope so.
But again, it's where we started. It's all about people.
It is, absolutely. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to do these Zoom chats, was to kind of give people something to watch and to learn from during this pandemic. So yeah, definitely. Right, I'll let you go then now, Mike.
Right?
Thanks so
No,
much for
always a
talking to
pleasure.
me. Lovely
Enjoy
to see you
lockdown.
again. Yeah,
And
yeah, and
you.
you. And hopefully we'll meet up at another Connect Yorkshire
Soon.
soon.
Okay.